Good morning, Hive fans. Oh, let me get my blue lights on back here. I like them on during my streams. Good morning, Hive fans. Welcome to today's live stream. This is round 3 of the Hive Game Open, the qualifying tournament for the upcoming World Championship. This is an exciting match between Eucalyx and Max Shark. Both players opened with Pillbug in game 1. Are we going to see that again here? It will be very interesting. Make sure if you're watching that you, excuse me, that you uh, send a chat, make a comment. YouTube loves it when people join in and participate in the channel. We're in the lobby. They call it at board space here. I guess they call it homepage. Max Shark is in. We're waiting for Eucalyx. And I can tell I'm going to need a cough drop this morning, too. My allergies are bothering me really, really badly. Even though we've been getting rain every day, the pollen count is still very high. So I'll be right back. Okay, and I use Fisherman's Friends cough drop. So as we scroll through the lobby here, we can see that Max Shark, that's Dmitry Maximenkov, is in the lobby waiting, or on the homepage waiting, and we're just awaiting the arrival of my original Hive mentor, Christian Sperling, an expatriate German living in Australia. Previous world champion also, so it should be a great match. And the first game was a very good game as well. Max won it playing black with a very strong attack. I think that Eucalyx could have defended. I'm going to try to make time to make a video on that one because it was a very, very good game. And of course, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link down below. And if you are watching live and would like to do a super chat, you can make a contribution to my channel through the YouTube super chat. And I have a goal set. One of you, just one of you, can make a super chat contribution, just $2. And 75% of that super chat revenue will be forwarded over to the developers at hivegame.com. Of course, hivegame.com is the place to play Hive online. It is Hive specific, developed by, run by, hosted by Hive players. And so this is a excellent website. And as you're going to see, almost all the top online tournaments are going to be transferring over to hivegame.com. So Max is here. We're still waiting for Eucalyx this morning. There is a 3-minute delay, so you'll see that from the time that I say something till the time you see it is 3 minutes. That is designed to make it less likely that the players will be able to benefit from the stream. I had a bit bigger computer, not bigger physically, but bigger electronically. I might be able to stretch that delay out beyond 3 minutes, but 3 minutes is about as long as I can do right now and still stay semi-efficient. So it is another beautiful day here in Florida. I have the thunderstorm alert notification up because we are expecting thunderstorms today. Probably not this morning. And what we never know when we get the thunderstorms if I lose power and or lose internet. So That's the reason for the thunderstorm alert. Hopefully we won't have that today. And I guess one of the things I should be looking for is to make sure that I don't miss the start. Nope. So here at Hive Game, what you can do from the home page, you can see there's two players wanting to play. Romario Z playing a 5 days per move, which is a very long time frame, and then Happy Kiwi wanting to play a 5+4 lightning game, which is a very short time frame. If you go down here to search players, you can type in a name like, oh, Eucalyx has joined. So let's click on Eucalyx. And on his page, if there's any games that are currently playing, games that are finished, you can click and actually see the previous game where Max won playing black. And I try very hard to keep up with it so that we can get started very quickly. I haven't yet figured out whether this, you have to hit F5. Let's hit F5 and see what happens. I haven't determined whether it's interactive and online. Okay, here we go. We are up and going. Game 2, round 3. Lone Badger, welcome Lone Badger. Thank you, Randy, for streaming. I'm looking forward to watch a very exciting championship. Hopefully I'll be streaming regularly throughout the summer, throughout the rest of the Hive Game Open, and on into the World Championship. And who knows, I might qualify for the World Championship, although probably won't get out of the round robin into the final 16 knockout rounds because the quality of Hive has improved drastically, and my play hasn't. What can I say? So here we go. We are in the room waiting for Max Shark and Eucalyx. I think my desktop audio is on. Trying to figure out why they're not playing. Okay, here we go. They are up and going. Okay, Max opened with the pill bug, followed by the ladybug. And both players played mosquito. So we'll see what these players have in store today. When white plays the queen early, black has the option of choosing the queen configuration to choose the C. He chooses an extended C, a buffered C. There was a time when everybody thought that getting the queen out, not in one of the two flank positions, is what Joe Schultz is going to call it in his upcoming book, was a negative. But we've learned that a lot of the players are now playing these buffered extended openings. So Is Eucalyx going to play defense to begin and get his pill bug in play in an anti-spawn position? Play the pill bug here to give mosquito pill bug power? Nope, he's going to be playing the ant. Of course, what that'll do is as soon as a bug is placed in this spot, then the mosquito will have ant power as well. Okay, let's take a quick look. Make sure everything is looking good on my channel. It looks like it is. Wow, we're up to 7 viewers already. Welcome, everyone. Make sure you drop me a note. YouTube loves it when you comment. Okay, let's take a quick look at the poll. We've had one person vote that only Eucalyx is going to move forward. I thought it would be a relatively easy choice to choose both Eucalyx and Max Shark. But I don't want to influence your votes whatsoever. Okay, so we've got Max Shark as a little bit of a think. He's going to attack with the mosquito, which does make this spot, takes this spot away from black as a spawn point. So black's options, black could cap off the mosquito so the mosquito can't be used as a spawn point for attacking beetles. Could bring in another ant. Could, and that's what he does. He caps off the mosquito. With the position of the mosquito, even if white ant should attack, black pillbug could be here and give pillbug power to the mosquito. Okay, so is white going to begin a beetle assault? Yes, here comes the beetle attack. Black pins the first beetle. If the second beetle comes in, I would predict that white is going to place it here. Yep, just as expected. Now, if black pins the beetle, white can just slide the mosquito over, getting beetle power. They're playing very quickly. Now, of course, white can qualify for the win immediately by covering the queen, but will black be able to defend that? It'll be interesting to see. So far, they've played fairly quickly. Eucalyx is still over 20 minutes, and Max is only about 19. Of course, the timing on these matches is 20 plus 20. Take a quick look at the We only have one person voting in the poll. Make sure you vote in the poll. YouTube loves it when you all participate. Now, what is Eucalyx going to do here? Okay, brings in his final ant. Still has not yet gotten his pill bug in play. One might think that now black can pin the mosquito and keep white from qualifying, but that's not the case. Because if black pins the mosquito, white just slips in the ant into the pocket, into the little pocket here, and one or the other of them is climbing up. Another option for Max would be to pin the ant, but then the mosquito could pin the mosquito, and then either white would have to spend a tempo to shift the pin, or black would be able to get the pill bug into defensive position. He goes ahead and attacks. Interesting. Okay, white is very aggressive and can qualify for the win. What is black going to do? Let's take a quick look here. Black could. Nope, he doesn't do that. So he brings in the pill bug. We'll see if Eucalyx defense is going to hold up. If white doesn't qualify, doesn't cover the queen immediately, black can warp the queen out to here with the threat of warping it all the way out to here. So assume for a minute that Max is going to climb up with the mosquito. If you're Eucalyx, what do? Do you recover with the pill bug? I'm sorry, with the mosquito? We're going to find out because that's exactly what he did, climbed up with the mosquito. Okay, he recovers with the beetle. Now the mosquito is, you would think, pinned there, but it's pre-swamp, so filling either one of these spots frees the mosquito can be It can do all kinds of things. Would have ladybug power and beetle power. Eucalyx is playing very, very quickly. I would guess that Eucalyx is going to pin that ant, which he did. Now, even though the white has covered the black queen, the black defense may be able to hold because the goal for Eucalyx may be to warp the pillbug over to here, and that would free up the mosquito. Now okay, and that's exactly what he does, is warp the pillbug over. And of course, the threat now is that the white ant will get warped over into a white kill spot. Now, does white warp the ladybug? Or come in with another attacking bug, like for example, the white ladybug can play here. But if white doesn't warp the ladybug out, well, I don't think white's going to want to warp the ladybug out, because that's just going to help black's cause, because it's going to leave the ant pinned. So the black threat is the ladybug jumping out, leaving the ant pinned, and also pinning the queen. So if white brings a spider, I would think that the most likely place for white to continue the attack would be to bring the ladybug in here. Because the white ant is lost, in my opinion. Moving along quite quickly, this Max's take is the first long think here. Good example of qualifying for the win is necessary but not sufficient, because will Eucalyx be able to defend this even though Max Shark is qualified for the win? Might be able to, because Eucalyx definitely has control of the outside of the hive. Now let's look at spawn points. Spawn points for white, he can spawn something here. But grasshoppers and spiders would not have an angle of attack from there. Eucalyx has done an excellent job of controlling the spawn points and angles of attack. Of course, the spider here, oh, that's interesting, has an angle of attack to that spot, but instead of using the ladybug, the pillbug moves away, puts the pillbug in attacking position as well. It's now a proximity pillbug to both queens. And of course, quite often what you, okay, grasshopper does have an angle of attack to that spot. Black has a beetle left and probably no way for white to stop the beetle, but there's no good spot for the beetle to come in. That's interesting. Now, why did the spider go there? Maybe to pin the ladybug if the ladybug comes into this spot. Let's see where the spider can go now. 1, 2, Max gives up a kill spot to pin that spider. And is it time? Let's see now. Does this white spider have an angle attack? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Got to answer my phone. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Okay, we didn't miss anything. Eucalyx is in the think. Now, what's interesting is with that positioning of the grasshopper, of course, the grasshopper is threatening to pin the spider, taking away a white attacker. But if white immediately goes back with the spider, then the grasshopper has nowhere to go because the grasshopper goes here, it frees the beetle, and you don't want that. So Joel says, I think black will win this, but Max might surprise us. Yes, Max is a very resourceful player. Interesting, the spider goes to here, threatening to free the ant. So Max is playing a little bit of defense here. So that could happen, and it takes away. Nope, he doesn't do that. He lets the white ant free. Just a little bit. Three people have voted so far. Two said both Eucalyx and Max are going to make it to the qualify for the World Championship. One person said only Eucalyx. So what do you think? Love those comments. Also, super chat. Click the super chat. You can contribute to the channel. Now, letting the white ant free could very well stop white's counterattack. I'm sorry, black's counterattack. Because now black cannot bring in the beetle without it getting pinned. When you have a beetle to bring in, you're always looking to see if there's any pin-proof spawn points around, and there aren't in this position. Oh, he goes ahead and brings in the beetle. Interesting. Is he sacrificing the beetle in order to gain the ant back? So now it's about time that we need to start doing some bug counting. White has four kill spots to fill. He's got 3 bugs in reserve and a free ant. But Mosquito's in good defensive position. So white is going to have to come up with additional bugs. Black has 3 bugs in reserve. Now a spider here, 1, 2, 3. Could threaten to do a pin replacement. Only problem with the pin replacement is that the elbow pin, then a white bug here That's what he does. Now, of course, the spider is threatening to go to here, forcing the white ant to move, or the pin replacement. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Rotflameo. I don't know how to pronounce that. So my super chat goal has been reached, and I will be making a contribution to the developers over at hivegame.com, which is this great website that we're playing on right now. Yep, I was thinking the ladybug would come in there. Of course, that means that the spider can no longer go this direction. The only the way the spider can go is there. And if the ant pins the beetle, then the spider can cap off the ant. And of course, what's interesting here is with the positioning of the white pill bug, if the spider should cap off the ant like this, if the white pill bug were not here, either a bug into either of these two positions would free the mosquito or the beetle. But with the pill bug here, if that happens, the ladybug gets warped out. It doesn't necessarily free that black attacking bug. The other consideration in these two game matches is in game two, if you won game one like Max Shark did playing black, then all you have to do is play for a draw. But if you play for a draw, quite often you lose. You have to play for a win, accept a draw. We've all kind of learned that. Eucalyx did. Oh, interesting. He warps the queen to there. Interesting. Now, why did he do that? And now my guess is the white spider is going to cap off the black ant. Okay. Let's kind of center this again. Very interesting. Is Eucalyx playing black going to have any chance of winning this at all? My phone seems to be very busy today. Okay. So of course let's take a look. The grasshopper comes to here. Fighting to get that one of those top of hive bugs free for black. Black no longer has any bugs in reserve. Oh, now that's interesting. That's a black can play the beetle to here. Although it still doesn't. If black, let's see. If white were to allow black to play the beetle to there, then white would have their choice of covering. Interesting. I don't see how either player is going to come up with enough bugs to win this. But you never know in these kind of in-game scenarios. The lack of mobility might be a, a deciding factor. So white, and of course, if we go back and look at why this grasshopper went here, if the grasshopper goes here, then the spider can pin the ladybug. Now, if you're black, of course, white is threatening to get the ant out. Do you warp the ant to here, forcing the ladybug to warp the, forcing white to warp the ladybug out? No, interesting. Okay. Warped it out to there, and now it can cap it off. Interesting. That also frees once the pill bug moves out to here, it frees up this spot, which allows the mosquito to get free. Interesting. This is looking more and more like Joel's earlier expectation might come true. So Max is down to under 6 minutes. So is he going to have any? He does have 2 grasshoppers in reserve. But it's not going to be an easy. Okay, he could put a grasshopper here with the goal of jumping to there. Nope, he put a grasshopper there. The goal of jumping to there. Again, keeping it so that if black fills this spot, then the ladybug gets warped away and the mosquito doesn't get free. Now, if white doesn't move the ladybug, it's going to get pinned. Okay, let's take a look. What happens if the grasshopper goes ahead and jumps? That forces although black, oh yeah, black probably does have enough to win. So that forces the ladybug warp to here. Yep, I don't know that that's going to stop it because there's no way for white to cap off the ladybug to keep the ladybug from moving. The ladybug would move right back into there, bringing up the mosquito. So I think that black will get a top of hive bug up. A quick look at what my viewers have been. Oh, I don't know what the reason for that is. The ladybug comes back here, so it's going to force the grasshopper to go back. Or the ladybug goes to here, grasshopper goes to there. Yeah, the ladybug, so we'll see where's that grasshopper going to go. Is the grasshopper going to go back to where it came from? Duplication of repetition of position. Grasshopper can't jump this way, it frees the beetle. It jumps this way. Where's it going? It doesn't look like it has any place good to go. I'm thinking it's going to forcing Eucalyx to take the grasshopper back to where it was. Quick look at the poll. 5 people voted. Everybody thinks Eucalyx is going to make it. 4 out of the 5 think Max is going to make it to the knockout stages as well. Oh, no, that's very interesting because something I just didn't notice here. Let's say Yep, the grasshopper goes back. And we have a repetition of position. So world champion Ben Harris says that Eucalyx is a better endgame player, but we'll see. So the question is, let's look at what white can move. White can move the ladybug. Obviously, you don't want to move the ladybug to here or to here. It could go to there. If it goes to here, it's going to probably get pinned. Oh, now that grasshopper can jump over and free the mosquito. So is that the mistake that Eucalyx was hoping for? The problem is going to be he's going to have to come up with 3 bugs without giving up the victory. So when you've got an ant over in a position like this, pinning something, in this case a beetle, the question is, can you let that beetle go without creating a problem? And the answer could very well be yes. So I'm guessing that black is going to climb up with the mosquito, then work the pill bug. Although you work the pill bug around, you're going to end up giving up an ant also. Now the mosquito's going up, no question. Is it going to go up, self-cover the ladybug or the grasshopper? I would guess it's going to self-cover the grasshopper because you're headed to cover the pill bug if possible. 6 people watching. I appreciate everybody watching this morning. I hope it's a beautiful spring day in your little piece of the world. It is a beautiful day here. Looks like it's overcast. I have my thunderstorm alert up because we may get thunderstorms. Probably won't until the afternoon. But we may. Okay. So does white have any way that he can use the pill bug to escape the queen? I don't think so. Had this discussion, we don't have a term for this yet, but if you take a self setup shot freeing the queen to be warped out, of course you can't take it in this position because black has an ant can come in and take the kill shot. Eucalyx has plenty of time still, just past the 11-minute mark. Question is, what would he be looking at here? The two options are covering the ladybug with the mosquito or the grasshopper. Well, it's interesting. I'm just trying to look at what are the options of getting black attacking bugs. Left with no defense from white. Black needs, right now needs 2, but he's got 2 easily with the mosquito and the ant. But obviously one of these 2 bugs is going to move away. Probably the grasshopper, although the pill bug can move out here, this direction. But once the pill bug leaves the queen, that may be a problem. While Eucalyx is thinking, we can review the games that have been played yet today. Romario Z beat Sofa Remy in both games to win 2-0. And then Lex and Haraknikshi drew their matches earlier in the day, both winning as white. Later in the day, we have Yongler and Roxar playing at 1400 UTC. And we probably, it looks like we're going to have me playing against G3, G7 at 1700 UTC. Interesting. I don't know that I would take this much time thinking about this because black virtually has to move the mosquito. I would think. So let's take a look at some things here. Let's go with, let's say that I think the mosquito's got to go to the ladybug. So where does the grasshopper go? Or where does the pillbug go? Interestingly, if the pillbug moves to here, that leaves the spider into a position to attack. Okay, it does climb up, so we knew it was going to climb up. Didn't know exactly where, but I predicted on the ladybug. Now, question's going to be, Does the white grasshopper jump? Okay, the pill bug moves away. Now here's an interesting thought that I would, well, interesting. I did not see that coming. Looks like he's going to trade the mosquito for the beetle. Ah, okay, now I see what he's going to do. Beetle is going to go to here. Spider is going to go to there. Then it's going to free both the mosquito and the beetle. Yeah, that's probably what Eucalyx is planning on. The question then becomes, does black have a bug that can cap off the ant? What happened? Joel said that the pill bug moving away gives black spider an angle of attack. That's true, but the problem is the angle of attack 1, 2, 3 also frees the grasshopper. Ah, okay. Now I see what might be happening. The spider comes into here, and now the mosquito is going to cap off the ant, and then the beetle is going to move forward, and the mosquito, he's going to have two bugs with ant movement. Yep, this is looking like black may pull it out. Now time may be becoming a factor because Max is approaching the 3-minute mark. Eucalyx is under 6 minutes. Yep. Okay. White's playing a little bit of defense here. Now let's take a look at where that spider can go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this spider might be able to join the attack. Yep, white was possibly looking to free that ant and possibly also looking for a repetition of moves. Now the black pill bug moves out, pins the white ant, and this grasshopper is in a bidirectional pin. So if white does it correctly, although still the pill bug would be in a proximity position. White can move the spider or bring in the last grasshoppers. Only two choices. I don't think you want to put the spider in its self-kill spot. In theory, let's see. Okay. What did white do? Okay, hold on a second. I am missing something here. Okay, the white spider went to there. Then the black pillbug to there. And then the white spider to there. Okay, that changes things. He's defending. It looks like a scorpion. If the white queen escapes, does that save white? That means that white can get, although white can easily end up being squeezed here at the end. Okay, the white queen is going to escape. That means that black's going to need a whole lot more bugs. Okay, we've officially entered the end game phase. all the bugs have been spawned. Now, take a look at this. Okay, the mosquito's moving forward first. Where's the spider could go? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, Eucalyx is playing with a purpose here, so it looks like he has a plan. Max is down to 2 minutes. We know that defending is a lot more difficult than attacking. I think you'd much rather have the grasshopper, your opponent's grasshopper, free than their ladybug. Ladybug seems to have a lot more flexibility. Or I'm wrong. So I don't think that white has any chance of winning this. Going to need 4 kill spots. Black is in fairly good control of the outside of the hive. The black mosquito is on a trek. Oh, that's interesting. Now it will be interesting to see where is the black mosquito going? Because maybe it's going out to cover the ant. Nope, it's coming out to cover the pillbug and or queen. So Eucalyx has a plan for his spider, no doubt. And it's interesting when they're playing this quickly, of course, they're adding those 20 seconds are adding up. Wiggle the ant. That's interesting. The spider now is, okay, yep, I was wondering at what point he was going to free the white spider. The big question still is, does black have enough bugs to win? Now black may be sacrificing a kill spot for the ladybug. Nope, he's instead going to pin replace on the beetle, freeing the ant. And now yep, Ordep Kubek said black should win, good bugs wings at the end. You're absolutely right. I think that black is going to force white into bugs wing. Let's look at some plans for black. Black can cap off the beetle ant combo, which would allow this beetle to climb forward, which would then allow the spider. So Joel says letting queen and pillbug get pinned in line with. I can't pay. I gotta pay more attention here because they're playing very quickly and I can't miss anything. Okay. I think I'm caught back up again. The white only has two movable bugs, the queen and the spider. And he's about ready to not. Probably enjoys watching cloud formations too. Now what's interesting, does black, nope, black doesn't pin the grasshopper. Black brings the grasshopper in. And the, oh, not quite yet. So now white is shut out. So how is black going to handle this? He's got to get 5 bugs. He's got 2 ants. Oops. Beetle is moving. Now he's playing with a purpose. Okay, this is one of those situations where you have to stop and think to make sure that you don't mess something up. Okay, let's see. Hold on a second. We're missing. Hey, he's going very quickly here. I think we're just going to have to follow. I'm going to try to keep up here, but I'm not going to be able to. Well, I mean, once Eucalyx had a plan at the end, it just went through it one right after the other. Good game. Congratulations, Eucalyx. Shows the power of the shutout, the power of Bugswang. Once White was shut out, Eucalyx had a plan. This is a very good lesson for beginning Hive players. In an endgame, you have to know how to gather up those bugs, how to move things around so that you can win the endgame. And that this was a perfect example of how Eucalyx did that. So congratulations. Congratulations to Eucalyx. Let's take a quick look at the poll. 7 people have voted. 2 said only Eucalyx. 5 said Eucalyx and Max Shark. I have a tendency to think it's going to be Eucalyx and Max Shark. And thank you very much for the super chat. Contribution will be being made to hivegame.com. What a good game today. Thank you very much for joining. I'm going to have to get to work, so we'll turn off both. And remember, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link. Let's see, I would point to that direction right over there. So click on the Buy Me a Coffee link down below in the video description. So later on today, in about an hour, I won't be streaming it, but in about an hour, it'll be Yongler versus Roxar, and later this afternoon at 1700 UTC, I will be playing G3, G7 in my match. But I probably won't be streaming that because I learned I can't stream and play. Can't do either one very well if I'm trying to do both. So thank you very much for watching. As always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.